Hey friends, Sandra here, and welcome to my channel, Stars in Palm. And if you're new here, welcome to the Sassy Club, my friends. And we're doing a planner video, of course, which is probably pretty self-explanatory by this video, so let's just get right into it. We are going to be doing the weekly pages. If you guys didn't watch my last video, you totally should. I did my monthly, and right now I'm just using some painter's tape to kind of stick down my pages, but this is the delicate kind, which you would need so it doesn't rip your pages. I happen to like this brand, but you still have to be careful like when you're pulling it off so you don't rip anything. I went ahead and laid some of that down and then punched it out with my 1-inch circle so I could create my own sort of mask. And you could also do this with washi tape if you don't have painter's tape, but I just happen to have this and I really like it and I didn't want to waste my washi tape because, yeah, waste not, want not, y'all. I'm using some of my distress inks and I have 3 different shades, so I was kind of deciding which shade I wanted best for this kind of Halloween-y inspired layout. But I do end up deciding on seedless preserves, and as always I will have all the products that I use linked in the description box below in case you're in the market for some yummy craft stuff. And look you guys, I found my silicone mat. You know, if you watched my last video I couldn't find it, I found it. I was like, Eureka, here it is, yay! So basically I just put it behind my page while I'm doing this so that I can basically stop any mess from happening, and also that little tool that I'm using with my distress inks works really well on the silicone mat because it slides around really well, allowing me to kind of just move around the color very well. And I put that extra piece of tape there so that I don't get it in the pretty areas of my planner. And just to create a mask as well, just so that I can kind of create a nice solid line. And it also helps me to put in the color better as well because I can kind of use it to buff in the color, if that makes sense. So now you're going to see how cool it looks after taking off the masks and everything. I always love this part. It's like, you know, the end of a magic trick or something for me. So I'm just trying to take that off, which is hard to do when you have long nails, so I just decided to use the sharp end of my little scissors here, which are my favorite scissors, and as you can see, look how cool that looks, you guys. I don't know, I think that looks pretty cool, so I decided to do something different. I feel like, especially for Halloween, I kind of wanted to make these pages really special, just like I did my monthly, because it's just kind of fun, and you can kind of be crazy with it for Halloween, even though, I mean, you could really be crazy with it at any point if you really wanted to. And I had this Halloween paper in my stash which I really wanted to use, and it's really pretty and spooky, so I decided to pull it out, but I will have recommendations for you guys in the description box below in case you're looking for some really awesome Halloween papers to put inside your planner. I think it's really fun to just cut down and use stuff to really just make things pop. I decided to pull out my Fiskars paper trimmer and just cut some strips down, which makes it easier for me to do it a little straighter, even though somehow I still managed to get things wonky when I cut them, but I still did pretty good. And I'm just using some of my Tombow Mono Multi glue to kind of just glue down these strips, and I just thought it would be just like a great way to add a different color to this because I just wasn't feeling the red for this, and green and purple go really well together. I feel like they're very witchy to me. Or Barney, whichever's your fancy. And yeah, I am filming this kind of late at night and doing my voiceover late at night, so hopefully I don't get too ridiculous, but you guys know how I roll. You know. And yeah, I'm just laying those down, making sure to press them down, and the cool thing with the glue is you can kind of just move them around till they're centered because the glue doesn't dry right away, but it dries fairly quickly. And I got my Halloween stamp set, y'all! I was so excited when I got this. I was like, ooh, 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 ooh. So I get to use it for this layout, and then I'm also cutting down some of those sheets of paper that I said were in that paper stack so that I could basically cover little squares in this with some paper. I really loved that spider one. It's like vellum-y and creepy and awesome. And so I'm just using my little Hello Kitty pencil to just mark off the areas where I just want to cut that because I kind of just eyeball it when I do it, but you could probably have the exact measurements and make it look really good. But yeah, you guys know, I just kind of do my thing when it comes to that, and it doesn't really bother me if it's slightly a little bit like not as perfect as it should be, honestly, because either way I'm the one who has to look at it, right? But if it bothers you, like I said, you can measure it out and get the exact measurements, but I think it came out pretty good. And yeah, this is pretty much like my favorite paper in that whole stack, but I pretty much love all of them too. And I did something a little bit different for this. Instead of using my tape runner for this, I decided to try out using my little X-Ron sticker maker machine, even though it's like a tight squeeze, to kind of just cover this with stickiness because it covers the whole amount of the paper, which is really nice because like literally that is stuck down. So that's the one bad part, because if you don't line it up correctly, you can't exactly pull it up once you put it down, because it's very good at sticking things down. But to the bright side of that is you don't have to worry about anything falling off, and also when you run it through the sticker maker, you don't get any sort of residue and you don't see anything in the back of the vellum as well. That doesn't mean I'm not going to keep using my tape runner though. My tape runner works really well. It's just I wanted to try this out since I had vellum pieces in this, and I just thought it would be fun to try it out. And then I pulled out my planner doodle stamp set because somehow I managed to use that like on all my layouts all the time, just because it has really practical icons in it. So it's just one of those things. I go to the post office really often, so I decided to just add that there for the day that I know that I'm hopefully going to be getting a package. And then I added that little heart from that same set, and then I put Happy Mail as well. And per usual, I can't talk normally when I do these videos, you guys, so nothing new there, but hopefully still enjoyable, right? And then I wanted to use this cute little spider from my Halloween stamp set, which probably by the time this video goes up is going to be fully sold out, but yeah, it's just really adorable, you guys, and it's one of my favorite things, so I really have been enjoying using this, and I will be enjoying using it probably for months to come, because I did create certain little aspects or icons in there, more like it, because I use the wrong words when I talk in videos. I did create certain things that you can use all year round, which is nice, like the cupcake or the Pop-Tart that comes in that set, but I will be doing a separate video just talking about all the things in that specific set and how you can use it in different ways, because I kind of missed doing that like I did with my planner doodle stamp set, so you guys will probably see a full video on that if that's something you guys are interested in, for those of you that did end up purchasing my stamp set. I did end up adding this orange watercolor to it, but somehow I managed to like not do it on camera. Either that or it's when my camera lost battery and then it just went out and I didn't realize I wasn't filming, which is probably likely what happened. And then I added some purple in those squares, and that's actually the same color Distress ink I used on the top, which is another cool way to use Distress ink. You can also use it as like a watercolor, so you kind of get a 2-in-1 by getting that as an ink pad to use in 2 different ways. I just thought I'd let you guys know that because it's just a really great product in general. Most of the things I use I really truly love. And if I don't love something, I usually tell you guys as well, so hopefully I'm not blubbering too much. And now I'm just figuring out what else I want to add to this. As you guys can see, I added those little banners, and I added a little skeleton inside that planner, so you can actually mix and match your Halloween stamp set with your planner doodle if you own that one as well, by adding some of the smaller elements within the other elements of it. And now I'm switching the little foam part of the head to this little tool so that I can basically just put some black on the edges of this purple. I decided to add just a little bit more purple to this. This is the same cardstock from the same line that I used for the other papers, because I didn't have a ton going on this week, so I kind of just wanted to fill up the pages a little bit more and leave a little less white space this time around than I did in my last one. But it's pretty much just whatever I feel like, you guys. There's really no rhyme or reason. It's just what I like to do and what looks good to me, pretty much. Once I have those stuck down, I just wanted to go ahead and add some more detail to the rest of this page, so I kind of go adding more stamps and things. As you guys know, as I said in my last video, I basically kind of just layer and layer till it looks right to me, and I'm pretty sure that's what most people do. I kind of just go around stamping, adding my watercolors or whatever it is that I'm adding, because I don't necessarily use watercolors all the time, but I mean, yeah, a lot of the time. The struggle is real with that. And I'm using the spiderweb stamp from my Halloween stamp set, which I had a hard time lining up because I didn't want to put my head over the camera like usual when you guys see me doing that. But it still came out pretty cute, and I really liked adding that detail since I already had like the little spiders all around and stuff. I figured I'd just keep going with that. And then I also decided to go and start filling up some of those boxes a little bit more with the things that I do have lined up for the week. And I'm just going in and writing the stuff basically. And I did use my little skeleton and crossbones, if you guys can see on one of the little boxes where the planner's at, that I used that as kind of like little checkpoints, which I thought was really cute. And yeah, pretty much just went ahead and added little things that I have in there. I'm probably going to add some more things as the week progresses if I have more things that I need to remember for that. but I kind of just like to have it done ahead of time so that I don't have to worry about going back to decorate more things if possible. Then I stamped some of the pumpkins for my stamp set as well, which are really cute, or the pumpkin, because there's just one. And then I wanted to use the little multiple star cluster that I have in that set as well, which I also think is one of those things that you could use whether or not it is Halloween. And I just like to add little details and fill up little spaces with those because I just think it looks really cute, and to me stars are kind of like a magical sort of thing, so I just think they're fun to add in lots of different little places, and that's what I did, you guys. And since you get basically 2 banners, you get like the inside of the banner and then you get like the outline of it, it really gives you a fun way of adding kind of like a different aspect when you're stamping, and that's something I really love, so that's why I decided to add that. But it looks really cool when you stamp the inside as well. I just decided to kind of leave a little bit more black and white. I added that little moon up there to kind of create a scene in there. And for these stamps, you guys, you can always color these in with some markers if you have them, but a lot of times I tend to sometimes leave things either blank, or sometimes I will go back in and color them. It just really depends the mood that I'm in. Then my little witch girl, she's so cute! I swear, that's one of my favorites. I just think she's adorable. And she's like, oh, so tiny. That's how you, when things are tiny, that's how you have to put your voice. They're so tiny. And I decided to kind of just stamp her on this page because, like I said, I felt like it had a witchy vibe. And then I had my little voodoo guy, which could also be used as a zombie, but he's just so cute. And I figured I'd put them together and I'd make my little squad there, which, as you guys know, I put little words to go with this set as well. One of them is squad goals, which I thought would be really cute to use if you put them all together. Stamped it right there in purple, and then I do decide to add my little owl right to the little corner because I'm like, three's company too. Old school. I'm sure you guys know by now that I love a lot of like old school stuff, even like stuff that's not really for my generation, but I love it nonetheless. And I really love this little skeleton rub-on that I have in my stash. If I can find any online, I will link it in the description box below with the other products. I think it's really fun. It's kind of like the best of both worlds. It's almost like a sticker, but it doesn't leave any glossy residue, so it's really fun. And you're gonna see as I pull up, I'm adding pressure with a little popsicle stick that comes with these. And look how cool, you guys. It's almost like putting a temporary tattoo on your page. That's what it always reminds me of because of like the little film that comes with it. And I pulled out my color pencils and decided to color in certain aspects of the little stamps. This is like a rough color, as I call it, because you're not going to get a perfect coloring when you use color pencils generally, especially not the ones that I'm specifically using. Maybe if you're using like the really nice Prisma ones. And then I decided to also add some washi because I couldn't help myself. I have such cute Halloween washi, and I felt like it was such a shame that I actually had not one piece of washi on this layout. I was like, no, we can't have this. So I decided to add it there, and I basically made kind of like a fishtail banner, and then I went over it with a pen because since this one with the skulls is kind of translucent-y, it kind of needs an outline to make it stand out. If not, it's kind of hard to see that I basically cut out a fishtail, if that makes any sense. So that's why I decided to do that, and plus I just like the way that it looks, and since I already have one skull on this layout, I figured might as well go all out with it, you know? Why stop there? But yeah, that's pretty much what I decided to do with that, and as you can see, I also colored in the little guys in the bottom as well, but I probably maybe forgot to turn on my camera for that, and I'm turning around in my chair, so if you hear any noises, that's what that is. It's not me deciding to basically toot on camera. But anyway, basically this layout is pretty much done, you guys. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you like these videos, please give me a thumbs up, and be sure and subscribe to my channel and join the Sassy Club, y'all. You know you want to. As always, links to my shop as well as anything in this video will be in the description box below, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye, y'all!